Hello everyone, Prince here. A lot of people actually show their interest in the Dolphin, so I'd rather make another video talking about more detailed specs. Someone asked me for a review, kind of like driving it, but sorry I cannot at this moment because I don't own a car and most Chinese stores do not happy to loan me one to do some tests. And I have a job, so I don't have time. But if someone who owns a Dolphin, I'm happy to take it and give it a spin. So yeah, if you have one and you are willing to support this community and you are in China, better in Jiangsu province, then let me know. Okay, there are actually 4 model numbers: the Dynamic, the Freedom, the Fashion, and the Night. First, I don't know whether they call the flagship edition the Night version. They really should call it the King version. And then once I look at the price, they are not that cheap. I just directly throw the price on the screen for you. Yeah, so starting from 21,000 Canadian all the way to 28,000 Canadian. So when you think about the car the size of Honda Fit, it's yeah, the price to value ratio is really a little bit too low, I dare say. However, there's a rebate, so after the rebate, even the most expensive edition is cost around 24,000 Canadian dollars. So way better than the 28,000. But let me tell you later on, you will see why. So the dimension of them are almost very similar. Maximum 4.15 and minimum 4.07 meters. The width and the height are the same though. And I just throw it on the screen so you see it by yourself. There's nothing fancy. I would say it's just the size of a Honda Fit. Yeah, really think about it fit into the fit category. The wheelbase is approximately the same as my car, slightly narrower. And this is the cause that they use blade cells, and all those blade cells actually use the same dimension. So actually the width, the length of the cell is determined. That's why they cannot make the battery pack any narrower than that, which determines the wheelbase. And the wheel distance is 1.5 meters. And I like the minimum turning radius. The minimum turning radius is way smaller than my car, which means turning it around is much easier. The warranty is nothing fancy. The warranty is just 6 years, 150K for the entire vehicle. I guess it's a lot better than a lot of fossil cars. Most fossil cars is like 3 years and 30,000 or 50,000. I don't know. Yeah. And the powertrain warranty, which means the battery, the electronic control, and the electric motor, is a lifetime warranty for the first owner. You must be the first owner. So if you buy a used car, you cannot enjoy this. But you know, EV is barely. Yeah, the EV even literally broke because you see, my car has driven for like 19,000 kilometers now, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. I don't even have an oil change on it, really. Again, the motor is a permanent magnet motor, and only the Night edition, from now on I will call it the King edition. Only the King edition is like 130 kilowatt, and all other are 70 kilowatt, which means the acceleration is not that fast. You see that 3.9 seconds and 3 seconds. That's 0 to 50. That's not 0 to 100. So be careful. And then you can see the problem here. The other problem is really the range. For this car, I really wish its NEDC range can be at least 500 kilometers, which means it's not only for city. Most of the highway driving, long distance highway driving can be covered. But a 400 kilometer NEDC is not that comfortable for me. 400 NEDC times 80, I would say that's 320 to 350. Yeah, so take a huge grain of salt there. The good thing is it actually uses a heat pump. So All these vehicles have heat pump and 18-1, those power domain controller, as I showed you in the last video, and you can go it at some corner if you haven't watched that one. The heat pump, actually they say the nominal consumption can be as low as 103 watt-hour per kilometer or 10.3 kilowatt-hour per kilometer or per 100 kilometers. So yeah. Yeah, the efficiency is great, but I wish the battery pack can be a little bit larger to give a 500 kilometer range. One thing I'm thinking about is they might holding it somehow for a future improvement, but I really don't know on that. Well, I would not talk about anything other things fancy, but only the King version have all the active safety along with intelligent cruise control, ICC. All other models are just basic, so if you want a lot of highway driving, then I think go with the King version. That's the best. The DC fast charging speed on this battery pack is not that high as well. The base trim 30 kilowatt hour battery pack, 33 kilowatt hour battery pack is only 40 kilowatt of a charging speed, and the other versions, higher trims are 60 kilowatt. I think it is limited really by the LFP cells themselves, along with the small capacity battery pack. So yeah, not a very good of case. The AC charging is still the same, 7 kilowatt. But what I like is actually the mobile charger VTOL, so vehicle to line, which means I can reverse feed the electricity out from the vehicle. Tesla don't do that, and I really wish more cars can do that. So finally, in conclusion, what I think about this car, it is probably okay for city drivers. So for city drivers, I think the fashion version, which means not the flagship, but the high trim. The high trim is okay with around 22,000 Canadian dollars off. But the range, what I'm mostly unsatisfied is actually with the range. When you think about a car you spend around $20,000 on, and the range is only 400 kilometers. Yeah, I'm not that comfortable with that. I really wish BYD can make a 500 kilometer edition, but that's subject to it. At least my car is 600 kilometers, so yeah, I like to have a little bit more buffer zone. That's all the specs, and now you have it.